Their long-awaited Deadline World Tour should have been a victory lap. Instead, it became a war zone. Not on stage, but online. What began as fan excitement quickly turned into something darker. TikTok surfaced, tweets exploded, Reddit threads multiplied, and a word began circulating. A word no artist wants attached to their name: lazy. Jennie, once praised for her stage presence, caught standing still mid-chorus. Rosé, usually radiant in solos, barely moving, almost mechanical. Entire performances labeled low effort. The backlash wasn't just criticism, it was betrayal. BLACKPINK's own fans weren't defending them, they were dragging them. And then, jump. A single drop that flipped the narrative. Suddenly, the same fans screaming lazy were now calling it a comeback. But was it redemption or damage control? This isn't just a story about a girl group losing their edge. This is about parasocial expectations, celebrity burnout, and what happens when perfection becomes impossible. Let's go back to where it all started. July 2025, Los Angeles, SoFi Stadium. The night should have been legendary. BLACKPINK's biggest crowd in the US, hyped by months of teasers. But then, a fan-uploaded clip changed everything. Jennie, standing mid-performance during Pink Venom, not frozen in drama, not injured, just adjusting her earpiece, staring ahead, motionless. The internet did what it does best, amplified it to hell. Within hours, #LazyJennie2025 was trending globally. Some claimed it was just a moment. Others pulled out receipts. Clips from Paris, Sydney, Singapore. Patterns emerged. Rosé drifting through choreography, Jisoo missing steps, Lisa dancing circles around the rest. What should have been a celebration turned into a witch hunt. The anger wasn't from antis, it was from blinks. You had over a year to prepare. This is what we paid for? Jennie looks like she'd rather be anywhere else. They're not even trying anymore. And just like that, BLACKPINK went from untouchable queens to fallen idols. The first line of defense from fans was simple: burnout. They've been overworked since 2016. Too many brand deals, too little rest. And sure, that would make sense if the timeline lined up. But here's where things got messy. Just days after the LA concert, Jennie was spotted front row at Chanel's runway show in Paris, fully styled, smiling, and glowing. Lisa, still modeling with full energy. Jisoo, in France for Dior. Rosé, in Milan with YLS. So wait, they were too tired for the fans but not for fashion? That was the breaking point for many. This wasn't about exhaustion anymore, it was about priorities. In the eyes of frustrated fans, BLACKPINK had made their choice. Brands over blinks. The passion, the commitment, the artistry that made them icons, gone. Replaced with press appearances, sponsorships, photo ops. And fans weren't just disappointed, they were hurt. Why pretend to be a group when you're acting like influencers with choreo? That's the kind of commitment that flooded social media. It wasn't that they couldn't dance, it's that they chose not to when the check wasn't luxury tier. What followed wasn't just a scandal, it was a civil war. The fandom split in half. One side begged for empathy, pointing to relentless schedules, mental health, industry pressure. The other side wanted accountability, arguing that high ticket prices come with high expectations. But things got ugly fast. Split screen edits began to surface. Lisa, energetic, precise, slaying every move. Rosé and Jennie, visibly checked out, going through the motions. Solo stands weaponized the moment. Jennie's dragging the group down. Only Lisa's carrying the brand now. Rosé doesn't even want to be there. And it didn't stop there. Reddit threads dissected individual performances. YouTube breakdowns went viral. Frame-by-frame analysis of missteps, lazy expressions, weak vocals. Rival fandoms joined the pile-on. Suddenly, BLACKPINK wasn't just being critiqued, they were being mocked. Memes, edits, diss tracks. K-pop had turned on its most powerful girl group. The question wasn't what happened to BLACKPINK, it was how long have they been faking it? And then BLACKPINK struck back. On July 11th, just weeks after the worst backlash of their career, they dropped a new single, Jump, an EDM-heavy, choreo-driven comeback that hit harder than anything they've done in years. The difference was immediate. Jinny, engaged, powerful, expressive. Rosé, vocally on point, dancing with real force. Lisa, on fire as usual. Jisoo, smiling, sharp, energized. Fan cams exploded. Reaction videos screamed, "They're back!" TikTok dubbed it the redemption era. Even critics praised the switch up. But not everyone bought it. Some fans called it out for what it looked like. Damage control. Where was this energy a month ago? Suddenly they care? Is this real or PR panic? The performance was real. The skepticism was too. So let's be brutally honest. Was BLACKPINK lazy or were they human? The real problem wasn't just underwhelming dancing or low-energy stages, it was broken trust. When fans pay hundreds of dollars for arena seats, when they camp overnight for merch drops, they're not just buying a performance. They're investing in emotional connection. And when that connection feels one-sided, it shatters. BLACKPINK didn't just mess up choreo, they broke the illusion of perfection, of passion, of caring. For the first time, fans weren't looking at idols. They were looking at four tired women trying to keep up with an industry that doesn't let them breathe. And for many, that ruined the magic forever. But maybe, just maybe, this wasn't about BLACKPINK at all. Maybe it's about K-pop itself. The K-pop machine demands non-stop output. Comebacks, tours, live streams, photo shoots, endorsements, interviews, content. One slip and you're out. We've seen it before. EXO, Red Velvet, G-Friend, all victims of the same impossible treadmill. What happened to BLACKPINK wasn't laziness. It was inevitable.
Inevitable.
You can't package perfection forever. Eventually, the cracks show, the smile fades, and burnout wins. Jinny said it herself years ago. Sometimes I just want to rest, but I know people will call me lazy. Now, in 2025, that quote hits like a prophecy. The real tragedy here isn't just backlash. It's what BLACKPINK's legacy has become. A group that once stood for power, unity, and dominance. Dozens of broken records and billions of views. For nearly a decade, they weren't just a K-pop group. They were the K-pop group. Global ambassadors, main event headliners, trendsetters for an entire generation. But in 2025, everything changed. Now reduced to edits, rants, and hashtags. And yet, they're still here. Despite the mess, the fandom wars, the controversy, Jump brought them back to the top of the charts. Sold-out shows, Billboard re-entries, TikTok trends. So what do we do with that? Do we pretend the controversy didn't happen? Do we forgive and move on? Or do we admit that BLACKPINK's golden era is gone and what's left is something new? Not worse, not better, just human. So, was BLACKPINK lazy in 2025? Or were we just watching four women finally hit a wall? Depends on who you ask. One thing's clear, perfection fades. Pressure doesn't. And in the world of K-pop, where image is everything, sometimes the most human thing you can do is disappoint. Did BLACKPINK fall off? Or did fans finally see the cracks in the fantasy? Hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more uncensored K-pop deep dives. Because this story, it's far from over.